By the 19th century, Paris had become the undisputed center of the European art world. Its academies shaped artistic taste across much of Europe, prizing highly polished, artificial, historical scenes produced indoors under the controlled light of the studio. Into this world came a young painter who had learned his craft not in a prestigious academy, but painting saints on wooden panels for village churches on the eastern edges of Europe. He would go on to help found modern Romanian painting, and in doing so, fundamentally change how an entire nation understood its own image. Nicolae Grigorescu was born into rural poverty in 1838 in the village of Pitaru in Wallachia. His father died when he was 7, and destitution pushed the family to Bucharest, forcing the boy toward hard labor rather than school. By his early teens, he was apprenticed to the Czech painter Anton Kladek, producing icons and church murals for monasteries such as Agapia and Caldarușani. This was demanding, disciplined work. It required technical precision, intense patience, and an intimate understanding of light and form, skills that would shape everything he painted afterward, long after he abandoned the religious subjects of his youth. In 1861, a state scholarship sent him to Paris to study at the École des Beaux-Arts. But the rigid formalism of the academy did not hold him for long. He left the capital for Barbizon, a village where radical painters including Jean-François Millet and Camille Corot had turned away from invented landscapes to paint the natural world directly, working outdoors in changing light. Grigorescu adopted this method fully, replacing the flat, formal lines of icon painting with loose, rapid brushwork built to capture atmosphere and movement. Returning to Romania, he turned this open-air realism towards subjects no one had painted that way before. Romanian peasants, ox carts on dusty roads, and the particular brilliant quality of light over his native countryside. His skills were tested directly in 1877, when he was attached to the Romanian army as a frontline artist during the War of Independence. He accompanied infantry troops directly into the chaos of the front lines, sketching soldiers and combat as the events unfolded. Those raw field sketches became the basis for later masterpieces, including his monumental depiction of the assault at Smarden. They presented war without the artificial polish of propaganda, capturing the grit, cold and genuine sacrifice of ordinary soldiers rather than idealized military triumph. After the war, Grigorescu settled in Câmpina and turned his focus entirely to rural life. He painted peasant women, shepherds and white oxen moving through the landscape, returning again and again to the specific atmosphere of his homeland. Modern scholars note that these images present an idealized, harmonious version of peasant life, one that frequently understated the harsh social realities of rural poverty in that era. Yet that debate does not diminish his technical achievement. Instead, it reflects an honest tension between art and national identity, a complexity that historians continue to examine today. By the time he died in 1907, Grigorescu was an honored member of the Romanian Academy, his work standing alongside that of Ion Andreescu and Ștefan Lucian as the very foundation of modern Romanian painting. In an age when recognition seemed to come only from Europe's great artistic capitals, Nicolae Grigorescu proved that a nation's greatest masterpieces could be born by looking inward rather than abroad. He did not simply paint Romania, he gave Romania a way to recognize itself.